ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
ॐ सहना भवतु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सहनौ भुनक्तु।
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै।
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्।
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्।
अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः।
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
भयभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी देवी नमोस्तुते
रोगान् शेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलान् अभीष्टान्
शेषानपहंसि कलानभीष्टाम्
त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे
सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी
दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
रोगान् शेषान् पहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलान् अभीष्टान्
रोगान् शेषानपहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान्
सकलानभीष्टान्
त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति
विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयन्ति
सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्ति समन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी दुर्गे देवी नमोस्तुते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवी देवी नमोस्तुते
रोगान् शेषान् पहंसि तुष्टारुष्टातु कामान् सकलान् अभीष्टान् त्वामाश्रितानान्न विपन्नराणां त्वामाश्रिता ह्यश्रयतां प्रयान्ति सर्वाबाधा प्रशमनं त्रैलोक्यस्याखिलेश्वरी
सर्वभावप्रशमनं यस्य सर्वरि
एवमेव त्वया कार्यम् अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
एवमेव
एव
कार्यम्
कार्यम्
अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
अस्मद्वैरिविनाशनम्
बाह्यस्पर्शेष्वसक्तात्मा
भाग्यस्येष्वसक्तात्मा
विन्दत्यात्मनि यत् सुखम्
विन्दत्यात्मनि यत् सुखम्
स ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मा
ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मा
सुखमक्षयमश्नुते
सुखमक्षयमश्नुते
ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः
ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगाः
दुःखयोनय एव ते
दुःखयोनय एव ते
आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय
आद्यन्तवन्तः
कौन्तेय
न तेषूरवते बुधः
ईश्वरमते बुधः
शक्नोति हैव यः सोढुम्
शक्नोत्यैव यः
सोढुम्
प्राक्शरीरविमोक्षणात् कामक्रोधोद्भवं वेगम् सयुक्तस्य सुखी नरः
नरः
19th verse, the main topic. Yesterday we have seen, and main topic is Sarva Karma Sannyasa. That topic is over. In 21 verses, Bhagavan is talking about the traits of Jnani. Same, what are the traits of Sthita Prajna? What are the traits will come in 13th chapter, even 14th chapter. Same, Bhagavan has described here. And we have seen yesterday, Priyam Prapya na prahrashyet, Apriyam Prapya na udvijet, Sthira Buddhihi asammudaha Brahmavit Brahmani Sthitaha. All this qualification is for Atmagyani Sthira Buddhihi, one whose knowledge is Sthira. In any situation, challenging situation, that wisdom doesn't go is called Sthira Buddhihi asammudaha, one whose mind is never deluded to take any decision, asammudaha, and Brahmavit, Brahmani Sthitaha, Brahmavit, one who knows Brahma, Brahmaveti, Brahmavit. And such person is always resides in Brahman only. The meaning of resides in Brahman is sitting inside the Brahman, but one who knows I am not separate from Brahma. In fact, I am Brahman. Such person, Priyam Prapya na prahrashyet. One object comes desirable, he never rejoices. And Apriyam Prapya na udvijet. Sometime, some condition, some object which is not favorable, Apriyam, still na udvijet. He never resent, he never feel rejected. This is the first trait, 20th verse. And in 21st verse, Bhagavan says, Brahma Yoga Yuktatma. The meaning of Brahma Yoga Yuktatma means one who is totally abides one who is totally engrossed, one whose mind in Brahman is called Brahma Yoga Yuktatma. Such person, Bahya Sparsheshu Asaktatma. Such person is never attached with external object. Bahya Sparsheshu, external object. And here, before Atmagnanam, that person might have Sukham, happiness, Atmani yet Sukham Vindati. So during japa also, during tapas, whatever, that person might have got happiness, but that happiness cannot be permanent, nityam. But when he becomes Brahma Yoga Yuktatma, that person, Sukham Akshaya Ashnute, that person will get Sukham, means happiness, Akshayam, means with never decline, always nityam, that will gain. 22nd verse, which we have seen, Yehi samsparshaja bhogaha. Bhogaha means all enjoyment, which are born out of samsparshajaha. They are contact, sense organ, contacts with sense object, and then bhogaha. Then we feel different type of enjoyment. This all enjoyment, Bhagavan says, dukkha yonaya. They are source of pain. We have seen why they are considered as a source of pain, because prapte dukham, for acquisition is a pain, for preservation is also pain, and again whether whatever we can preserve, but still it will go. So that it gives also pain. That's why it's called is a source of pain. And why they are source of pain? Bhagavan says, Adi Antavantah. They have beginning and they have end, because they have arrival and departure. Because in second chapter Bhagavan says Agamaha Apayinah. Here Adyavantaha. So Konteya Buddha Teshu Naramate. Here Buddha means we can say Gnani also. We can say Buddha means Karma Yogi. One who has chosen one's goal is to know one who am I. That person is called Buddha. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, one who has a design. Such person, teshu. Teshu means this sansparsheshu. All this object, naramate. They never enjoy it. They never revels it. They don't like to go along with them. Na teshu ramate Buddha. And in 23rd verse, now today we will see, Bhagavan says, the difficult thing in one's life is to be master of the force of kama and krodha. So Bhagavan says, yes sodu shaknoti iha eva yes sodu. One who is endured can able the force of born out of kama and krodha. One who is able to be master of, and when prak sharira vimokshanat, before we release from this body, one who can able to be master of this kama krodha vegam sa yuktaha sa sukhi naraha. That person is yuktaha. Swamiji is written, in Bhashyam is written yogi, that karma yogi sa sukhi nara. So this verse, even 22 and 23 verse, they say if somebody would like to have interest in gaining self-knowledge, so what discipline one should have followed? So same 22nd verse Bhagavan says, if you are interested in self-knowledge, so you know you should not indulge in the sense object experience. In same way, one has to be master of one's desire and krodha. Now we will see. Sansporshaja bhogaha, we have seen adyantavanta na teshu ramate buddha. And we have seen, before seeing this, Bhagavan says, Shreya Margaha Pratipakshi, the opposite of Shreya Margaha. That Shreya Margaha, opposite of Shreya Margaha is Preya Margaha, which is full of Kama Krodha. Is Preya Margaha Kashtatamaha. It is very difficult. Doshaha. It is full of different type of difficulties. Sarva Anartha Prapti Hetuhu. It is a cause of different type of difficulties. Durnirvaryaha. It is difficult to remove all of them. Shreya Marga, the different type of entices comes in front of us. It is difficult to remove them. Durnirvaryaha tat parihare. Tat means that preya marga parihare yatna adikyam kartavyam. One should put a more effort become to remove this kama krodha which comes under this preya marga. Aha Bhagwan. Bhagwan spoke. Bhagwan. And Bhagwan says, Shaknoti heva yasodu. So the anvaya of this verse is Yaha means one person. Sharira vimokshanat prak. There is a one word. Prak is anvaya. It means is avyaya. Avyaya means which cannot be declined. Like Rama Ramo Ramaha. This prak word, the connected word with prak, always take fifth case. That's why prak sharira vimokshanat prak. So before this body release, so of this ourselves release from this body. So before we are living only, kama krodha udbhavam vega. Vega means force, which is born of kama and krodha. Iheva, while living only, yes sodum. Sodum means to endure, capacity to endure. Sodum shaknoti, one who is able to endure, that person sayuktaha sasukhi naraha. That person is yuktaha, is connected to Ishvara, sasukhi, is always happy. So in this verse, Bhagwan has emphasized one should be master of one's own ragadvesha. So in this verse, Bhagwan has talked about kama and krodha. Really speaking, we say kama krodha or we say ragadvesha. Both are one and same. Ragadvesha is the parents of kama krodha. Like we say, who are our parents? So we gives the name. Same way, who are the parents of kama krodha? So the name of parents is ragadvesha. So either Bhagavan say you have to be master of kama krodha, or Bhagavan says you should be master of raga dvesha. Both are one and same. So what are the raga dvesha? So raga dvesha are born. What is the cause of raga dvesha? Is nothing but ignorance. They are born because of ignorance. Here the same. They are born because of ignorance. This raga dvesha is nothing but wrong notions. And wrong notions are, these objects and person will give me permanent joy. This over-attachment to object or person is considered as a raga. Same wrong notion with some person and object, this will give me permanent sorrow, is called dvesha. And same wrong notion is this object and person will give me permanent security, is also considered as a raga. And some people are always saying all are universally unhappy. Some people, they always think all world is nothing but I will always see in unhappiness. So why this type of thinking? Because of dvesha inside. So both raga and dvesa is sitting inside. It says this is our fundamental misconception. What? This will give me sorrow. this will give me happiness, is the fundamental happiness, because we are seeking happiness outside. That's why always we generalize something, this person or object will give me happy, or this won't give. So how Raga Dvesha comes? Because of this misconception. Really speaking, word is neither source of sorrow or joy. Really speaking, word never gives sorrow, word never gives joy also. But we think word is giving me sorrow or happiness. Because of this thinking, we see word outside what we think. The word of the nature of word is same, really speaking. Even we see ourselves. So except human being, generally we don't have problem with any animals and birds. All nature, we are living with not only human beings. There are many animals, many other creatures. Generally, we don't have any problem. We never have hatred, or we don't have any type of attachment. We are living in the same world. But we have problem with only one. And who are they? Only human beings. So problem is only with human being. Why? Because we think these people are either a source of happiness or a source of sorrow. That's why we are very attached with someone and we always hatred to another. The meaning is the problem is not outside. The problem is always within us. This Raga Dvesha is always within us. Word never gives joy also. Word never gives pain also. They are just rotating. Everything is. We take it sometimes joyfully, sometimes we take it as a painfully. So if we would like, why this problem we have? Because we would like to change the people according to our expectation. Because of this expectation, we would like to change, and if our expectation won't fulfilled, then it will give Raga Dvesha, and this Raga Dvesha, another form is Kama Krodha. And how can we come out from this force of Raga Dvesha? It will be discussed here, but here it is written, we have to accept word objectively. And how can we accept word objectively? So it is written somewhere, Ishvara Dattam. Whatever word is nothing, but it is Ishvara Srushti. And if Ishvara Srushti, then no personal projection. Whatever there, I am ready to accept. More we are big-hearted, more we can ready to accept the people. So on this base only, this verse is, the Bhagavan says, Yaha means a person who has Sharira Vimokshanat Prak, before releasing from this body, Kama Krodha Udbhavam Vega, a force which is born out of desire and anger. Iha Eva. Iha means while living only, here only. Eva means indeed. Sodum Shaknoti, who is able to endure, one who is able to master over there. Sas Yuktaha Sasukhinara. So whenever Kamaha comes, no, we always hate this Kam. But Bhagavan says, Dharma aviruddhaha kamesh bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. In 7th chapter, it will come, Bhagavan says, Aham kamaha asmi. But which type of kamaha? Bhagavan says, Dharma aviruddha, which is not opposed to Dharma. That kama aham asmi. So kama, so which type of kama is avoidable and which type of kama should not be unavoidable. So I say, in even 7th and 2nd chapter, Bhagavan has said, Pujya Swamiji has said, there are two types of kama. One is binding and another is non-binding. Non-binding kama is no problem. we should keep such desire, but a karma which gives anger, that we try to avoid. We should be master of this anger and desire. And if we behave under the force of this karma, this is not good. That's what Lord Krishna says in this verse. Because generally, we always not act, we react. And why we are reacting? Because there is a force inside, because of karma and krodha. That's why I have said the parents of karma and krodha are nothing but ragadvesha. The ragadvesha, kama, krodha, there are son, second generation of ragadvesha is kama, krodha. Our attachment, this raga is we are called, is kamaha. Our aversion gives krodha. And Bhagavan says, we have to be master of this kama, krodha. So how can it be removed? So it says, if you remove cause, effect will also goes. Is always Vedanta says, you just catch the cause. If cause is removed, the effect will also goes. Doctor always gives two type of medicine. One is symptomatic and one is always directly affect to disease. Symptomatic like a paracetamol is a symptomatic, but direct medicine is like a antibiotic permanently go. So to remove permanently kama, krodha, we should avoid raga, dvesha. So to manage raga, dvesha is equal to remove kama, krodha. Both are one and same. So how can we manage our raga, dvesha? So raga, dvesha are cause and kama, krodha is effect. So if we can handle raga, dvesha, we can handle also kama, krodha. So there are many suggestions are given, but primary suggestion is given is how can we manage raga, dvesha? So in first point it says both raga, dvesha are available in our mind because of our personal attachment or personal aversion also. So first, if you want to manage raga, dvesha, so we can accept word as a Ishwar Srushti. Once we have discussed, if you remember, there are two types of reality. One is Vyahavarik reality and one is Pratibhasik reality. Vyahavarik reality, in technical language, we call it Ishwara Srushti. Ishwar has created whole world and he himself become whole Jagat. Is called Ishwara Srushti, is Vyahavarik Satta, while Pratibhasik Satta is called Jiva Srushti. What we projected is called Jiva Srushti. To manage our raga, dvesha or kama, krodha, simply Shastra says, you just accept Vyahavarik Srushti as a Ishwar Srushti only. You switch over from Pratibhasik reality to Vyahavarik reality. Somebody is not talking with us because of some reason, their personal reason is called Jiva Srushti. But if we stop talking with them, so we also behave like Jiva Srushti. But if we think this person is nothing but Ishvara only, then we start behaving with that person as a Ishvara Srushti, then Raga Dvesha will go. So to remove, to handle our Raga Dvesha, first is we accept Ishvara Srushti as a Ishvara Srushti. Whole Jagat is nothing but Ishvara Srushti. What we have loved one and which are not our loved one. all are nothing but Ishvara only. If your mind is ready, then we can manage our Raga Dvesha. Raga Dvesha is possible because of Jiva Srushti. Somebody we like, somebody we don't like. And mostly we live our life on this base only. So if we switch over and we accept Ishwar Srushti as a Ishwar Srushti, then our Raga Dvesha will be less. So this is the first to manage our Raga Dvesha. First point. And second point, our Raga Dvesha is Pujya Swamiji's 3 sentences prayer. A beautiful prayer Pujya Swamiji has given us. First line, very beautifully Pujya Swamiji has told, "O Lord, give me the strength so I can accept gracefully which cannot be changed." Second line, "O Lord, give me the strength so I can change what can be changed." And third one is, "O Lord, give me the wisdom so I can understand what can be changed, what cannot be changed." So in first line, "Give me the strength so I can accept gracefully which cannot be changed." And in this category, we cannot change our past. We cannot change a people around us. So what we can do, we can accept gracefully. So if our mind is ready to accept these people gracefully, then our mind won't be agitated. There is no dvesha and raga. Always in our mind, why me? Why Bhagwan has given me this, put in this such situation, whatever. So whatever, we cannot change past, we cannot change people. And if you have to accept people, so how can we accept same Ishvara Srushti? Otherwise, we cannot accept people. Even who are angry with me is also Ishwar, and one is love me Lord is same Ishwar. So then only we can accept people as they are. So by this, we can avoid Raga Dvesha. To accepting other people and situation, even past, everything. Second line, we can accept ourselves as it is. So Lord, give me the strength so I can change. It can be changed. We cannot change anyone, only we can change ourselves. And how we can change ourselves? To accept all people as they are without try to change them. And also we can accept ourselves, what is going in our side, inside of us. Sometimes we have lot of complaints towards Ishvara. We have lot of complaints towards world. All complaints why we have, because our past whatever is painful maybe. So we are not ready to accept. So we can change ourselves. What have been done in my life, it may be blessing for me. If we can ready to accept, then it says we can change ourselves. And more we change ourselves, like we can accept all people, it says we are changing. We can accept people, we can accept our past. And even future also, we hand over to Ishvara, we try our best. So it says, this is the strength, so I can change myself. Atma Krupa. Second line I can say it is Atma Krupa. To put effort for ourselves. And last one is, "Oh Lord, give me the wisdom so I can understand what can be changed, what cannot be changed." So generally, we would like to change people, but they never change. Better, what can be changed, what cannot be changed. Cannot be changed is a big list. Except us, we cannot change. And only change is we can change ourselves. So this wisdom, if we have, so we can manage our Raga Dvesha. Otherwise, it is very difficult to manage our raga dvesha. So this is second point. First point is to accept Ishvara Srushti as a Ishvara Srushti. No Jiva Srushti, no personal projection to any people. It's good. First. Second is these prayers. Always prayers helps. Third thing, it says to follow Karma Yoga. More we follow Karma Yoga diligently. Really speaking, we have come out from Raga Dvesha, personal Raga Dvesha. Because while performing karma, we say, I'm not doing for my personal desire. Ishwararpan Buddhi. So again, that karma will go, personal karma will go, and whatever come to me as a result of my action is also gift from Lord, is a Ishwarasya Prasadam. More we live a life of karma yoga. The most challenging living life is karma yogi life. It is most challenging because as a grihastha, while living in this grihastha life, while performing in office, meeting different type of people, still that thinking, that attitude should continue. Whatever I'm doing is nothing for nobody else. This is only for Ishvara. This is very challenging for karma yogi. If they perform all actions like this, then people have less raga dvesha. If less raga dvesha, less kama krodha, person is happy. So this is third point. And if we have too much anger inside, or too much even desire, so nowadays they say we can give a suggestion to our mind. Whenever that volcano, never erupt immediately. It's just boiling inside and then it comes out. Same way, krodha doesn't go immediately outside. It's just boiling inside. If we know now my krodha is surfacing, we can, every day, we can give a suggestion to our mind. So whenever such situation comes and my mind is very angry, you, oh mind, you start one shabda like shantaha, aham shantaha. It should surface immediately. So every day, if we suggest our mind, today, whenever anger comes, my mind will give suggestion shantaha. Even we can give sthiraha. You are stable, you are sthir, you should not be agitated, you should not be angry. Then that word will works. So this is a small suggestion, but always is helpful. And even somebody says, if we think now our mind becomes more and more anger, we can tell the person with whom we are talking, tomorrow we will discuss. Today, I don't want to discuss. It seems I'm getting angry. This also works. We stop conversation. So this all can help to manage our raga dvesha. And to manage raga dvesha, kama krodha will be managed. In this verse, Shankaracharya has given definition of kama krodha, and even he is given the sign. If person has kama, how that person would be appear. If person has krodha, how it would be appear. So it's given. So I have written for you. So definition of kama through Bhashyam. In this, Bhagavan Shankara says, what is the kama? What is the desire? Ishte Vishaya. Ishte Vishaya means object. Ishtaha means desirable. So our object which is desirable, and we must have experience having Shruyamane. If being listened with someone else, Shruyamane, Smaryamaneva. If without talking also, it just popped up in our mind, Smaryamane va Anubhute. Sometimes we have experience. If that object comes in our mind, we think is a sukha hetu. It is the cause of my happiness. And when indriya gochara prapteva, the meaning of gochara means field of sense organs. So something, desired object is available in the field of our sense organs, then the longing start to take this object. It's called yatrushna, means that longing is called sakama. That longing, which we think it is a cause, is a source of my happiness, either being remembered, being listened, or it is in front of us. Immediately that longing starts. That longing is called kama. Shankaracharya, it's called kama. And how can we understand this is now effect of kama? Vegam, the force of kama, how can we make out? So it says when kama comes inside our, so what is the chinha? So it says how much he has studied, romanch, horripilation. If in our body, it's a sign of kama udbhavam vegam. Prishtanetraha, our eyes become cheerful, having seen someone. Gulab Jamun, yesterday, if our eyes is happy, so it's called udbhavam vegam starts. Rushtavadanam, our face, whole face become happy, having seen someone. This adi linga, these all are indication. Linga means chinhani of what? So kama krododbhavam vegam. Even Shankaracharya is written, antah karana prakshobha rupaha. Antakaran means our mind. Prakshobha rup means agitate. Having seen something, this longing, without this I cannot live, it's called prakshobha rupaha. It says kama udbhava vega. This is the sign we can understand now. This desire is now working on me. If we won't fulfill, it creates a havoc in our life. It's called kama udbhavam vega. Same, what is the krodha? Very beautiful definition is given. Shankaracharya says, Atmanaha pratikuleshu. Atma, oneself. Pratikuleshu. We think this is not good for me. Is pratikula. And which is not good for me, why we are thinking? Because dukkha hetushu. It is a source of pain. This is also a projection of mind. This is a source of pain. How can you make out? He says, drashyamaneshu. Sometime we might have seen whatever in past. Now we can see drashyamaneshu in TV, in our computer, whatever. That shruyamaneshu. Sometime we might have heard. So this thing, this object is the cause of our pain, our source of our pain. And smaryamaneshu, what we have gone through past, again that same object we remembered. What will happen? Yahadveshaha. What there is a hatred inside, it's called krodha. So dvesha is equal to krodha. What is hatred inside will always come out as a anger. And why we think is a hatred? Because we think is a source of our pain. That's why we sometimes avoid some people. Sometimes we avoid some situation. Why? We think it will give me pain. That's why whatever hatred inside, it's called dvesha. And he says, what is the sign of, what is the indication? Now krodha is coming out from inside. So always he says, gatra prankampanam, our whole body tremble, shivering. Gatra means body, limbs of our body. Gatra prakampanam is the first time. Sometimes we are wearing a whole body shaking, no? Is called krodha. Prasvedanam, perspiration comes out. Even inside the AC, person's perspiration. Sandata Aushtaputa. We start biting our lips. Aushta means lip. Put means biting. Sandata means biting. Aushtaput means our two lips. We start biting. It can understand. Now Krodha is coming. Rakta Netra. Eyes becomes red. Adilinga. These all are indications, sign of what? Oh, Krodha, Udbhava Vega. These all are the indication of Krodha. So it is very difficult to handle it. That's why he has written Shankar Bhashya, how long do they live inside with us? This Kama, Krodha, Raga, Dvesha, how do they long? So Shankaracharya has given Marana Sima Karanam. Even at the death of our life, they all are living Jivataha Avashyam Bhavi. Even they are the Sima, means the boundary of this is Marana Sima Paryanta. While we are living, they are residing, and there is Avashyam Bhavi. Definitely they are available in our mind. This Kama, Krodha, Udbhava, Vega. And it says, not even Marana Semantak, in some community in India, I don't know in West, but some people, somebody family has done wrong to another family. So when that main person is about to die, he asks his son, you take vow to take revenge. So that Dvesha will continue next generation also. So that much they are powerful. It says, Ananta Nimittavan. Nimitta means it has 100 causes to become angry. There are 100 causes to become having a desire. So, Yavat Maranam, Tavat Na Vishrambanyam. It never stops. Yavat Maranam. Until we are living, they never stops. Even we cannot trust on it whenever it comes. So one who is a master of this Kama Krodha, Bhagavan says, Sayukta. Sayuktaha Sasukhi Nara. One who is a master of this, both Kama, Krodha, Udbhavam, Vega. Sayuktaha. One who can endure this Kama, Krodha, and one who knows how to handle this force. Let it Kama, Krodha doesn't cause any problem, but that force start, no? It always cause problem. Even thus now, I have remembered, it must be coming in Sandhya Vandanam Shloka. Manyuhu. There is a one Shabda Manyuhu. The meaning of Manyu means Krodha. Aham na Manyuhu. It's like that. Even there are in our thoughts, there may be thoughts of Krodha, anger, but we can say, there are in my thoughts, but I am not thoughts. Naham Manyuhu. This aura belongs, Krodha, it belongs to mind, not for me. Even Sandhya Vandan Shloka also helpful. If we are chanting with meaningful, then they all are helpful. So, Sa Yuktaha, Sa Sukhinara. Bhagavan says, Yuktaha means he is a real karma yogi. When even Shankaracharya has written, the Yuktaha means yogi. In which type of yogi? Not who knows all asanas, but who knows how to live a life of karma yoga. That person is happy. First is relative happy, and after Atma Jnanam is a permanent happy. So this both preparedness of mind and to master of this Kama Krodha, one can have Atma Gnana only. Otherwise that person cannot have Atma Gnana. So only 2 shlokas Bhagavan has done. One who would like to become an Atma Jnani. And again Bhagavan has started a person who is an Atma Gnani. So how that person is mental disposition. So in 24th verse Bhagavan says, Yo antas sukhontara ramaha tathantar jyotirevayah sayogi brahma nirvanam brahma bhuto digacchati. These 3 antah sukha, antararamaha, antah jyoti eva. A person who is antah sukha, antararamaha, antah jyoti, sub yogi. Again, the yogi means jnani. Brahma nirvanam adhigacchati. Brahma bhutassan. But detail of this we will see tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. Any question regarding this? About Kama Krodha? The beautiful description is given by Shankaracharya. You can ask if any.
Swamiji,
Yes.
one small thing. Yeah, okay, I don't know where that is. Okay, this Vyavasatmikaya Buddhi that you said, can you define that?
It comes in second question, no?
Yeah, no, but
Vyavasayatmika buddhi means one who has chosen. Suppose one who has, even if somebody is here in India, one who has decided, okay, I would secure in 12th standard some marks so I can go to in medicine somewhere in some engineering. So that student has decided how to live a 1 year. So how much that person has to live, even to see movie also for fresh up. He has decided whole lifestyle for 1 year. Same way, it's called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi for to take medicine stream. Same way, a person who has decided in his mind, okay, I would like to get Atma Jnana. To get Atma Jnanam, how to live a life? So I would like to live a life of Karma Yoga, then Karma Yoga, then again that Dhyana means Upasana Yoga, and along with Upasana, even I will do Shravana Manana, everything. That one who has decided in this mind, okay, I will live a life like this. It's called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi.
so it's also so Purushartha Nishchaya.
Yeah, Atma Krupa only. Without Atma Krupa, we cannot live. Purushartha Nishchaya, Atma Krupa, self-effort.
It's interesting, Swamiji, like how Lord Krishna repeatedly just keeps on addressing Kama Krodha, like
Kama Krodha. In third chapter.
Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaha, like, and then third chapter again it comes, now again it comes.
Only difficult is Karma Yoga life only. If our mind is pure, then Jnana is walkover. Pujaswami, according to Pujaswami, it is very easy. Difficult is our mind, to make our mind Shuddha, pure. It's more difficult.
Okay, Swaminiji, one more question. In that Shankaracharya's verse on the sign of Kama Udbhava Vegam, he had said the verse is Romancha Drishta Netraha Drishta Vadanam Adilingaha Antakarana Prakshobha Rupaha.
Prakshobha means agitation. Our mind become agitated. Without this, I cannot live. That is agitation.
So that's the thing, so Swaminiji, right? Suppose, you observe a desire pop up in you, and it suddenly just pops up. It doesn't ask for your permission, right?
Yeah.
It just pops up because you have experienced it in the past, and and suddenly you remember this, and then you say, okay, I'm not going to fulfill it, but it just doesn't go away. it just keeps festering inside, like, oh, come on, keep fulfilling it, and you can evade it for a while, but it just makes you very unsettled and unhappy.
It's called Vega. It's called Vega. But if we can able to say no, I will fulfill, but not this time. After 2 days, 3 days, then it won't pop up then second time.
The easiest way to actually overcome Krodha, I'm just thinking, this is my 2 bit. is to get jnanam. to learn, do Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. Because when you understand that it is only your own projection, then you will drop it. It's like Urva Rukkamiva Bandhana. It will drop automatically. You don't need to do because otherwise you can't control. You can't control your mind, you can't control your karma, you can't control your krodha. Only when you understand what is Nityam and what is, that whatever you are feeling is a subjective projection of your mind. And then that everything is Ishvara Shrishti, then you can drop it. So the only way to do is to actually study.
Yeah, more study, more we understand. I have seen many people, they are keep on studying for long time, but still they cannot able to. So with proper understanding, and with Vyavasayatma Buddhi, this all counts.
Yes.
Otherwise,
and also, Swaminiji, you always mention, which I also find very appealing, is you trust the job for Ishvara. You say you take care of this.
Yeah.
Because I am powerless to do this, because these karmas are too powerful for me to handle on my own. So you handle it for me, right? You give the power of attorney to Ishvara.
Yeah.
And you trust that he is your father, he is your mother, and he will take care of you. So that temporarily it helps me, because I say, okay, I know I cannot deal with this. This desire is too much for me,
Yeah.
but eventually one day you should get rid of this for me. I cannot handle it.
This is for me, it is always work. This prayer is always work for me.
Because you look at all the saints in Shaiva tradition or Vaishnava tradition, Swaminiji, they keep on writing these kinds of poems like, my senses are out of control there, I am unable to control these senses, so I surrender to you, and you make this rogue senses behave,
Yeah.
So
many.
The thing is also you replace a vritti with another vritti. So it's kama, krodha, whatever it is, it's a vritti in your mind. So and if you can replace that with other thoughts, that's how it helps, right? So that's why Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. So,
even that I was thinking in the Vaishnava Sampradaya, they decorate Krishna. So before that they would like to beautify oneself, but that karma to beautify oneself, they have shifted. You just beautify Lord, you do puja beautifully, so that is shifted, and that for beautify oneself, that karma that will go slowly. Like what Mirabai, and that is also dropped. There is no need of a beautify Lord also. He is always with me.
Only that to some extent the samskaras that we have come into play, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
From which background we come, we always do.
So it's to some extent we are helpless against, like we don't control what samskaras accumulate, where we are born, how we grow.
Yeah.
It happens, and to some extent that samskara is there, and then you mature enough to ignore the samskaras, but it takes time. That's what I understand from what you say.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to. That's why Nididhyasana.
Right, you cannot ignore them, I think. I mean, there are suggestions like you repress them, you ignore them. They don't work. I mean, they just come back with vengeance.
You acknowledge them and just start being observer.
Yeah, right. I mean, you have to. Yeah.
Then only it will go. It's very difficult.
So to overcome a negative thought, for instance.
Pratipaksha Bhavanam. But that Pratipaksha Bhavanam for me doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. You replace it with a positive thought.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe temporarily it works, but it's not it doesn't address the cause of the problem.
It's a symptomatic relief. But it's not permanent relief.
But if the thought is Aham Brahmasmi, like you said, say the few words like Aham Shantaha.
Yeah, we can say,
So, I mean, you're talking of the highest ideal. Then you'd say, what am I fighting over all these little things for? You'll drop it, isn't it?
Even we can say this is
Well, I
Ishwar
mean, if
Srishti.
you
We
can
can
drop
give
it, that's great, but that's the problem, right? Yeah, I mean, it's, you can say Aham Brahmasmi. If it drops away, you're already a very advanced sadhaka, I think,
Yeah.
but it,
If we say
yeah.
this is Ishwar Srishti, no, then we can we can understand this is everything Ishwara Srishti. Whatever is it, I am dealing with Ishwara only.
No,
Then
when you say Ishvara Srishti, you're saying not only Aham Brahmasmi, everything is Brahma.
Ishwara, yeah,
So you're saying Ishvara and everyone. So
yeah. Because when you understand Brahman, no, Brahman doesn't have any gunas. But
yes.
with Bhut we are dealing with, they have all gunas. So how can we Aham Brahmasmi? It's very difficult. But he said this is also Ishwara with this negative guna, but still Ishwara. Sahamanaya Nivyadena. Because Ishwara is also Stena, everything.
This is what Ishvara is presenting to me at this point of time
Yeah.
for my growth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I have to go through this.
yeah.
So, Swamiji,
I like that.
Yeah.
can we say that the samskaras also come from our Sanchita karma?
Yeah, only. It comes from our karmas only, Sanchit karma.
Karmas, everything.
So if glass is full with water, if you're pouring milk, so one day will come, water will be empty and glass will be full with milk.
With milk, yeah.
Same way we are pouring new sanskaras.
Yeah.
Then old sanskara will go away. But where, when, that we don't know. But time will come.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
That is the Vyavasayatmika
This
Buddhi
is
you are
yes.
saying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to trust the Guru and the Shastras and Ishvara ultimately. And
So it's very challenging, Swami. In other words, unless if it is somebody is really blessed to be aware from the get-go after one is born, or study like this and keep reflecting, the samskaras because if it is accumulated karma,
yeah,
it is it's not a trivial problem.
Oh no, I view this as the most challenging task in your, you can conquer anything, but to conquer kama and krodha is.
The kama and krodha are the expressions. I'm thinking the root is the samskaras. The samskaras, play havoc with your. In fact, they appear logical to you, and they make you think that you're using your intelligence to justify all the actions you take or not take. So, and then it kind of, Puja Swamiji, you also talked about how Chittam comes into play.
Yeah. Chittam comes
So one
from
has to be
sanskara only.
really aware. That awareness cultivation is the only way. Anyway,
There are many ways, I think, but it is all these sadhanas are aimed at eventually getting rid of ragas and dveshas.
Yeah.
Also depends. Every individual own.
Yeah, right. Right. I think like some people, like in the Buddhist traditions, it is this mindfulness and awareness kind of training. But if you are a bhakta, you divert your kamas and krodhas towards Ishvara, and
yeah, but Buddhists are nihilists. So there are parts of it. It's good, but I go back to this Sanchita karma is so powerful. If we really have not got that addressed, it will continue. That's what our shastras teach.
But whatever Sanchit karma prarabdham iha bhujyatam. In sadhana panchak it says prarabdham tu iha bhujyatam. Let it be whatever my prarabdha, but still what I have decided, I will follow it.
Yeah. And this itself is a blessing, isn't it? The fact that you're here and you receive this knowledge.
Even what we have done, Vyavasayatma book, is one type of blessing only. What right now you are sitting is one type of blessing only. Otherwise, how people can sit?
Correct.
We don't know. Sometimes we have give appreciation. We are all are blessed, really.
And I think it is also like, sorry, we keep extending. We also have to be just aware or just understand if a son or a daughter is not able to get it, it is also just what it is.
Yeah.
That's a difficult thing, but it is
Even
what it is.
Krishna's son cannot follow Krishna, you know. Samba.
Ah.
His grandson doesn't follow Krishna, then who we are?
And I think there's a very good example. Like Sachin Tendulkar's son is never going to play like Sachin Tendulkar. We see it all the time. Anyway, we have to be aware of your time, Swaminiji. Now
Yeah, it's a true.
that is something we don't do.
Okay. Shall we do Purnamati? Yeah.
Yeah.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam
Purnamad
Purnamudachyate
Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Thank you so much.